how does Guide use and leverage social media? Now, does the agent, are they in charge of all their content? Does it have to run through Guide? How does that look? Because that's always another challenge is
Sure.
how do you create consistency?
Right.
Obviously the branding, because
Right.
one person's view of professionalism is someone else's, right?
Sure.
So how do you tackle that one?
Yeah. I think of all the marketing opportunities agents have, social media is the hardest one to delegate, right? You would know that. And for it, because social media is authenticity over anything else. And so your choices are, again, back to like hiring a firm to run it for you. If it's not personalized, whether you're buying Canva templates or you're spending thousands of dollars on somebody who makes pretty stuff, but it doesn't really tell us who you are, people won't follow it and they won't engage and it won't really matter. So what you guys are doing with this podcast, I've got some agents that do podcasting. I've got some agents that do YouTube videos, and we have quite a few media savvy agents. For the most part, they're creating their own content. Yeah. So I have a high on my list is figuring this out, because for some agents, especially as you brought up, the more longstanding mature agents who really, this is not their comfort zone. How do we support them and not make it look like everybody else's? I'm not pretending that we have it all figured out. I've got some ideas on it, but it requires a lot of work, a lot of focus. Now, AI coming into that, suddenly now there's going to be an easier way to produce content because of all the tools. Chris just trained on, what was it called? Pomelo. It's a Gemini product. Gemini is the Google version, and it's a very simple way to, basically talk in what you're looking for. It creates a campaign. So I don't know. I mean, my goodness, there's so much on the horizon. So but I think
Chris, tell me more about Chris. He's kind of he does it all in the background, right?
Yeah.
He's
right. Well, just to put one more thing on the social media, because I have a background, my daughters were very early in. Buzz might even remember that. To social media, they had YouTube and they had Instagram, and they were, 2013 to 20. I don't know. One of my daughters is still actively doing that, but they worked with every brand and every.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago.
Yeah, they moved to Southern Cal in 2013 because they were working with all the major brands and they wanted to be down there.
Big influencers.
Yeah. So the only reason I bring that up is I understand how powerful social media can be, but it's got to be personalized. You know that. If you're running that. AI is going to change it. And Chris, so back to Chris. So I went. I'll tell a funny story. I'm like, Chris, I want to go to some AI stuff with you, because he's going to all these things. And so we go to this AI conference in San Francisco where I'm all excited. We walk in to the conference and he's like, this is a more developer focused conference. So it might not be exactly up your alley, but I know you'll get some stuff from it. It was all over my head. It was all developers and engineers talking about AI. I'm like, so I can tell you what I did get from it. I mean, I guess this is good to get one thing from AI, personally going to a conference all about it. We're moving from now, since we went to the conference, which was I think it was in September, I'm already seeing the change. So we're going from generative AI, so prompts, generating, to agentic AI, where you have an autonomous agent where they're starting to think for themselves and know you and know what you want, right? And so I understand that. That was good. So that was my one takeaway. The rest of it was over my head. It was just, they were talking in code, and it was so funny because I'm used to going to conferences with real estate agents. They're all like, "Hi, Buzz, how are you? Here's my card. What do you do?" And we go to this thing and everyone's looking at their shoes and, they're all on their laptops. They're like, not my people.
Totally quiet. Nothing going on.
Yeah. They're brainiacs.
Devices,
yeah, they're just smart. They're engineers. They're creating stuff in their head. I don't know. But wasn't my.
So
Perfect
it's
fit.
so advanced, and I think because of that, the authenticity, which you've talked about it a little bit, is going to be so important
Yes.
moving forward. And I don't think
Yes.
people put enough value on it.
Yes.
But just and I'm even selfishly going to ask you, like, as a salesperson, as a title rep, like, what does that role look like now? Because now you have ChatGPT, and
Yeah.
now you have
Yeah.
everything at your fingertips.
Yes.
Like, what do agents look for in a
Yes.
salesperson or somebody in that role?
Wow, that's a really good
Yeah.
question. I know for many sales reps, the tools that they can provide, the current keeping agents up to speed on things they need to be paying attention to is valuable, the education part, right?
Yeah.
The tools per se, and I feel that, uniquely our company probably already has that built in and is offering it. So that becomes a little bit of a challenge. But I think at the end of the day, the best thing for sales reps in that space to do is be good listeners and say, how can I help you? And when they find something that the agent's looking for, be a resource for them versus just pushing out whatever the company has. Approach it from a problem solving and a partnership side. There's
Yes.
always value in those relationships, whatever it is, right? Versus you've got the coolest tool. Like I've been at this for a long time.